I would like to walk you through how you can file for employment income tax in case you have withholding certificate. So basically, withholding certificates is certificate held by individual who have other sources of income rather than the employment income only, which are subject to withholding tax. According to relevant laws or Income Tax Act, you are supposed to file your return for withholding tax by 20th of the subsequent month after receiving the transaction for that income. So basically what you need to do, even after filing those return by 20th of the subsequent month after receiving the income, you are also required by law to declare that amount for filing your annual income tax return at the end of the year or at the end of the financial year. So that is required by the law. Don't ignore it. You are supposed to gross it up and declare it when filing your annual tax return. So basically what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to have your PIN and form with you, which I already have here. You are supposed to have your PIN and form with you. You are also required to have by the law to have your relevant withholding tax certificates so that you can be able to gross them up and offer necessary withholding tax and also declare the gross amount transacted as income subject to withholding tax. With no much ado, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to get into your favorite browser, then search for logging into iTax by searching for iTax. Then after searching for iTax, just click enter. Then you'll be taken into this interface. Just log into the iTax website. So let us wait as it is loading. So today it might be slower since we are heading to the deadline. So the portal today might misbehave, though we'll be filling using the Excel format. So don't worry since we are not using the auto-populated data. So you need to enter your KRA PIN here. So KRA PIN which we are entering here is basically the PIN which is provided under your PIN and form. So it is this PIN, employee PIN. In most cases it's usually here. So this is the PIN which you need to enter here. So you cannot copy paste it. You are supposed to enter it manually. So you are supposed to come, read it from here, and then input it in this interface. Then hit login. Then you'll be required to enter your password. So you must be conversant with your password, but mine I have auto-saved, so it is here. So what you're required to do again is just do a simple mathematical computation, which is a security stamp, which you need to input here, which is basically 149 in my case. So, but they differ, so they are different mathematical computation. Then you can comfortably log into the portal. So let us give it time. So we are now logged in. So I have an announcement here, but I'll not read it for now. So what you need to choose, you need to choose file returns, then choose file returns. So when you choose file return, you shall be taken into this interface. Then choose the tax obligation as a resident, since I'm a resident individual, then hit next. So when I hit next now, you'll be taken into this interface. So I had filed mine, that's why here it is appearing as amended, but yours will be original since you're filing for the first time. So I need to download the Excel sheet here, which now will help us to input our details and our data to file our return. So you wait for the download process to finish, but you can view the download process by just clicking this three-dotted icon in the interface and then coming to here you have download. You can see now the zipped Excel sheet is now downloaded, so we can be able to open it from our file explorer. I don't recommend opening it from here due to my cross blockage, which can be problematic when opening your sheet, and your sheet may start showing errors. So just get in your downloads, then come here. Then you're supposed to click above this document. Do what I'm doing so that you don't run into problems. Then come to here, we have properties. Then choose a click and block, then hit apply, then click OK. So after doing that, you are now free from macros blockage in Excel. Then you can go ahead and comfortably open the Excel sheet. So your sheet will be opened here. Let me close this and can also minimize these and these, then maximize the Excel sheet. So let me give it time so that let me say okay and then maximize it. So you need to come here and enter some basic details. So the basic detail here is just enter your KRA pin, which is under your P9 form, which is here. So this is basically the pin which you are required to enter here. So you cannot also copy paste it. You shall enter it manually. When you try to copy paste it, it will give you an error. So just enter it manually so that you don't develop a lot of problems with Excel. So let me enter mine manually. So it is A001 A0011 365 070 P. Then you need to select the type of return. In my case, I'm doing an amended return since I had already filed my return. But for your case, let me use original since I will not be submitting this one. It's for demonstration purposes. Then I need to choose my return period. So my return period was from 1st January 2024 to 31st. Okay, so it's from 1st January. It's from 1st January 2024. Let me get to the next sheet to 31st December 2024. Then I need to select if I have other sources of income, but in our case we have other sources of income which are subject to withholding tax, so I just select yes. After I select yes, you can notice some sheets have been added. We have the profit and loss account, a balance sheet account, and other sheets which are stock analysis accounts. So we have other sheets which have been added here. So what we basically need to deal with is the profit and loss account and the balance sheet account. Then there are other basic information which we should enter here. In case you need to read all through this return information. So in our case, we shall deal with other incomes, and I shall take you through on how you can adjust some insurance reliefs, which helps you to offset your tax liability. So do you have an insurance policy? In our case, yes, we shall be adjusting for NHIF relief and affordable housing relief, since in 2024 it was a bit complicated. This is where we had two acts of operation. We had NHIF operating from 1st January 2024 to actually 30th September 2024, and from there, from now 1st October 2024 to up to now, but now in consideration of the year when we are doing the return form, up to 31st December 2024, now we had SHIF AHL operation. Then for Affordable Housing Act, you can, if you are keen or not, the act was in operation from 1st March 2024, based on the year when you are filing return, and the adjustments which you need to do is from 1st March 2024 to 31st December 2024. So we need to say yes, and when we say yes, let me show you, there is a sheet which will be added, which is insurance relief computation. These are a lot of people avoid, and it is necessary to offset your liability and can really aid to offset unnecessary liabilities, since even if you file for a refund, technically KRA never or usually don't return your amount. So let's start now our job. So our job is filing returns when we have withholding certificate, also offering necessary insurance reliefs. So first thing first, we need to deal with profit and loss account. So this is the sheet now which you first need to delete when you are filing your withholding tax. Here now, you need to enter some details. So you can notice, let us get back to our withholding tax certificates. You can notice we had offered management, professional training and consultancy fee, which was above an amount of 24,000, which is now subject to withholding tax. So I had two withholding certificates here. One with a gross amount of transaction amounting to 38,500, and another one 55,000. So regardless of how many withholding certificates you have in that year in consideration, you need to gross them up. So let me take my calculator. Calculator is here. So what you need to do now, let me close this video so that we can see our calculator. You need to add 55,000. You add 38,500. you add 38,500. So the gross amount is 93,500. So that is the amount which you need to enter here as gross turnover of professional and consultancy fee. So you need to drag here till where you see commission and then fill part 1.2 with 93,500. Then what you need to do again to fill here, the other adjustment you need to adjust your expenses from the gross commission which was made. So we incurred some legal expense. So this one is a service industry where evaluating some cost which you incurred is sometimes a bit tricky. So in order to do the value of legal expense, I have shown you the computation here at the word. So computing the value of legal expense, you need to take the gross amount of the transaction which you have calculated here from the withholding certificates, which is 93,500. Then you need to calculate the withholding tax amount, which is 5%. Let me show you, which is 5% of 93,500. So we can use our calculator and find 5% of that value. So let us multiply the value with 5%, which is 0.05, giving us a value of 46.75. 46.75. Then in order to estimate the value of the legal expense, what you need to do, you need to take 93,500 minus 46.75 multiplied by an estimated value of 3.333. So this is an estimated value technically, which help us to adjust the value of the legal expense. So we can the accepted estimation value, since coming up with the value of the legal expense sometimes can be tricky, and we need to do those adjustments for the expenses which you need when doing your work in consultancy firm. So you need to deduct all your expenses, but technically that is how we get the value of the legal expense. You can do as what I'm doing, so there is no need of hitting yourself too hard on the wall. So take the value. So to adjust the value and see the answer of the legal expense, so what we need to do, let me clear here. We need to take 3.333 multiplied by 46.75. So this answer now we need to raise. We raise 93,500. So the answer is 77,918. 77. It is the value of legal expense. We can enter it here. It is under commission, remember, it is 77. Let me take my calculator again. 77,918. Now 77,918.23. So from there, now you are done with profit and loss account. There is nothing else to adjust here. Now you can get into the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, you can notice that at our P9 form, we usually don't have a lot of information about our assets and our liabilities. So in order to calculate this thing, what you need to do, you are required to come here back again. So where you have your assets, let me drag again. So where you have other assets, record it, give it value 1. And where you have other loans or other liabilities, also enter value 1. So in this case, your assets and your liabilities must be equal. And now adjusting it with value 1 and 1, they basically balance. Since inputting your asset and your liability, which you hypothetically need to input, since I don't know how you can value them without background knowledge of actuarial, balancing them sometimes is complicated. So do as I am showing you, so that you don't land yourself in a lot of troubles. From there, what you need to adjust again, I would like us to go systematically, jump all these sheets. You have nothing which you can be able to input. Input your employment income, head where you have your employment income. So enter the PIN of your employer. So in the case, the PIN of employer is given under your P9 form. So the PIN of employer is usually in the P9 form, like mine is here. but all of them are there in the upper section of your P9 form. You can easily get them. So I need to enter it here in the Excel sheet. So the PIN of the employer in my case, it is A0511 111 42 71 R. I need to enter the name of the employer, so you needed to confirm it from your PIN form. Like in my case, it is the Green Garden Schools. So you come here and re-enter them and re-enter it again. So it is the Green Garden Schools. Then from here, you need to enter your gross pay, which you can easily get from your P9 form. So here, the P9 form is your commandment, which you need to always counter check. So it is 511,200. So it is 511,200. Then you need to input if you have any other allowances rather than car and housing. In my case, is 0. I don't have any other allowances from in exemption of car and housing. So you need to input the net value of housing if you have. In our case is 0, we don't have. So when you input this way, it means that the amount of gross pay is equal to the total employment income or benefits derived from your employment. So from there, you can see the total here and the total here, they are just equal. So from there now, you need to head to sheet L, which a lot of people avoid, which is now computation of your insurance reliefs. So this insurance relief is sometimes important to help you offset your tax liability. So what you need to do, you need to select the type of the policy. Like in our case, it is we need to offer NHIF relief. So I just need to select NHIF. The name of the insurance company, so we shall enter it, and you also need to have the PIN of the insurance company. So the PIN of the insurance company in our consideration is the PIN of NHIF, which is probably given by the insurance company or is under your document furnished to you by the insurance company. If you don't know the PIN of the insurance company you want to offer relief for, you can contact your underwriter and he can provide you with the information about the PIN of the company and your membership number if you didn't know. So the PIN of the insurance company in our case, now we are dealing with NHIF, which a lot of employees in Kenya were technically having, but from today henceforth, now we have something we call a SHIF. So you need to enter the PIN of NHIF company, which is technically A051099 232D. You need to enter the name of the insurance company here. So I think I made an error when inputting the PIN. So it is P0, it is P051 099 232D. Then I need now to input the name of the insurance company. In my case, it is the National Health Insurance Fund. From there now, I need to input my membership number. So you can technically get the membership number in your PIN form. Like in my PIN form, I was provided with, or I have the PIN of the NHIF PIN. The membership number is this one, which is here, which is technically 742 63 21. So it is 742 63 21. Then now from there you can go through. So any information which you cannot be able to input, it means KRA already have the information and no adjustments now you can make. So you have now the annual premium paid to affordable housing levy or contribution. So in our case, you can notice from our PIN form, we have been given by the actual NHIF relief given, but we have not been given the annual premium contributed to the kitty. So in case of NHIF, you can notice that the act was from operation from 1st January 2024 to 30th September 2024. So these are the only months which you can be able to offer relief for. So how did they arrive to this value? So to arrive to this value, in case you are not given the value of NHIF, premium amount contributed to the kitty, you can easily get it using the NHIF contribution schedule given in the NHIF Act. So this is the NHIF Act 2022. So the regulation were adjusted in 2022, and this is the schedule which they gave us. So what you need to do, you need to know the range of your gross income. Like in my case, the range of my gross income is 42,600. So the gross amount, you need to take the gross amount. So it is 42,600, which ranges here. So it means the amount contributed to the kitty was 1,000. So we need to take each month 1,000 till the month of September. So it is 1,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000 till the month of September, or 1,000 times 9, which is 9,000. So that 9,000 is what, let me show you. That 9,000 is the amount which they have taken 15% of that value. Let me show you. 15% of that value is 0.15, giving us 1350, which is here. Or in case if you are given a relief like this, if you are given this value like this here in your PIN form, you don't really require the schedule to use the schedule. What you need to do, let me show you. Let me name these. Let me show you. Computing value of annual relief. So what you need to know is that we have been given our NHIF relief as 1350. So you need to take this 1350 is equivalent to 15%. Is equivalent to 15%. Now we need to get to gross it up to 100%. You need to gross it to 100%. So this is basically the normal cross multiplying. So you need to take 1350 multiplied by 100 divided by 15. So we can just take our calculator and show you simply what you need to do. So let me take my calculator back, and I can close this window. So I need to take 1350 multiplied by 100 divided by 15. So as you can see, we have gotten the 9,000, which we were able to compute even using the NHIF contribution schedule. So this 9,000 is now the 9,000 which you need to input here, since you cannot be able to put anything under the affordable under the amount of the insurance relief to be contributed to the kitty. It will be calculated automatically. As you can see, we have 1350, which is the value at our P9 form here. So you are done with offering relief for NHIF. So what we need again to offer value here to offer relief for is the controversial affordable housing levy, which you need to click here the type of the policy, start from here, then you select the affordable housing relief. So when you input the affordable housing relief, the PIN of the insurance company is closed, and you cannot be able to input the name of the insurance company. We don't have. Everything is auto-populated. What you can only adjust or what you need to input is the annual amount or the annual premium contributed to the kitty. So what do we need to do from here now? So what we need to do from here is get back at our P9 form. When we get back into our P9 form, we need to take the gross amount of premium contributed to the kitty from month of March to month of November. This is the month which we need to do the adjustment from, March to November. Then we gross this value up from March to November, then adjust the 3 months, then take 1.5% of that value, or basically you can take 1.5 of the month of March, April up to November, then gross them up. But that one is tedious, so it could be simple if we get back into our calculator. Let me show you. Let me clear everything. Then take 511 200. We can minus 42 600 for the month of January, then minus 42 600. Let me minus again, 42 600 for the month of February, and then 42 600 for the month of December. Now this remainder, we need to take 1.5% of this value, which is technically 0.015. Then the answer is the amount of annual premium contributed to affordable housing kitty from month of March 2024 to 31st November 2024. So I will demonstrate to you what you need to do with the December value, so don't worry. So input this value here, which is basically 5751. Come and enter that value here. 57, we have said it's 5751. So automatically 5% of that value will be taken, which is 862. It is 862.65. Or basically, if that method does not work for you, since I have noticed some disparities, let me remove this value from here. Let me remove this value from there. If it is provided under your PIN form like mine here, which is already provided here, what you can do technically, you can see how the disparity will come up. So you can take this annual housing relief, annual affordable housing relief, annual affordable housing levy relief, which is here of 383.4. Let us get back into the Word document. 383. Let us compute the AHL relief. So we need to take the relief given under our PIN form. So the NHIF relief given under our PIN form is 383.4. 383.4. Let us come here. Let us get back into the Word document. 383.4, which is equivalent to 15%. Since we are offering relief at 15%, then we need to gross it back to 100%. 100%. Get 100%. So technically what we need, let me take my calculator. You shall just cross multiply the basic primary mathematics. You just take 383.4 multiplied by 100 divided by 15. Then this amount which you get here, this is technically the amount of annual premium contributed to affordable housing levy by these employee. So it is 2556. So that is the value which we will use here in our case. It is 2556. That is if you are provided with it in your PIN form. Like in my PIN form, you can see this is the value which is here, and now this is the value which you have been able to input here. So you do like that. So there is nothing else which you can do. So we had been provided with it. So I don't know how these HR arrived to this value. I don't know how they do it in their case. So, but we need to do what we have been told to do. From there, we get to the details of the pay deducted. So to enter the details of the pay deducted, what you need to do, you need to come here again. You need to enter the PIN of your employer. So you can just re-enter it here from your P9 form, or basically drag and drop it here using this drop down arrow. You need to repeat the name of your employer. Like in our case, the employer is the green garden schools. So you need to take the amount of taxable salary. So in our case, the amount of taxable salary, we can easily get it back from our P9 form. Taxable salary in other P9 form, they name it as chargeable pay, which is 486,360. 486 for is value of 486,360. Then you need to enter the tax payable on taxable salary. So in order to get that value, let me take back my calculator and P9 form here. Let me take my calculator back here so that I can be able to see it. Then to get that value, you need to input the amount of PAYE tax, which was cut, of 52,774.8, or actually you can take the total tax corrected, or total tax liability, which is 52,774, is the same as PAYE. It is 52,774 point, let me show you, 0.8. Then you need to add the personal relief, the annual personal relief of 28,800. Then you can group them up, and this is the amount of tax payable of 81,574. 81. So I need to enter is 81,574.8. So you are good. So you need then to come and enter the amount of pay deducted. So you can get the amount of pay deducted from your P9 form of 52,774. 52 of 52,774.8, and the difference between, let me show you, I didn't, so it is 52, it is 52,774.8, 52,774.8. So the difference between this value, it should give you the annual personal relief of 28,800, which will be used also to offset your tax liability. So from there now, I think what we need to do again, we need to scroll a bit again and head to the last page, which is the page of tax computation. So in where we have now tax computation, this is where now we need to do other adjustments now. So you need to enter your defined pension contribution contributed to the scheme, which is here. You can get it from your P9 form. It is a value of, here where we have actual E2, it is 24. It is value of 24,840, 24,840, which is 24,840. Then you need to come here where you have the affordable housing levy. So to get the value of affordable housing levy, we can basically get back into our P9 form. Then you need back your calculator here. What you need to do, you need to take the gross total salary paid in month of December of 42,600. Then you need to take 1.5% of that amount, which is 0.0015. Then the value which you get here of 639 is the value now which you need to fill in this form of 6. We have said is 6. Is it 639? We can confirm again. It is 639. I have confirmed. Then from there, now you need to come to here we have social health insurance part, which is now technically SHIF, which we are using till now 2025 when I'm making this video. So what the adjustment which you need to do is just come to here we have you get back into your P9 form again. Then we can get back our calculator, we can reset it back to normal. So you need to take 2.75% of the December value. So it is the value of 42,600. 42,600. You also need to take 0.0275. Then you get the value of 1171.5. 11 which is 1171. It is 1171.5. Then we scroll again. We need to do another adjustment, which is not common for people with normal income, and that is withholding tax amount credit. So you need to offer it here. So the withholding tax credit which we need to offer here is the amount of withholding tax which we paid, which is basically the value of 4675. 4675. This is the value which you need to enter here. 4675. After now you adjust that value of 4675. Let me show you how you can get this value again without doing a lot of mathematics if you are allergic to mathematics. So you can take this amount of tax withheld of 2750. Let me take my calculator. This value, let me clear. You can take this value of 2750. Then you can come here to the other page and take the next value of withheld tax when you made a gross transaction of 38,500, which is 1925. The value of 1925. Then the total of this is 4775, which is also the value which we got when we took 5% of this gross amount. And from there, no, you are through. This is the elephant in the room which a lot of people avoid, which is we name as the filing of tax return with withholding tax certificates. That is the process which we usually use. So in this process, just ensure if you have insurance relief, just do the necessary adjustment. They usually help you a lot to offset this liability. Then after you have done with it, validate the sheets. So the validation will take like some minute or a minute or two to validate the sheet based on the speed of your computer. So mine, I cannot say it's slow, but it's just moderate. It's just a moderate computer, so it's somehow fast. Maybe yours may be slow, just faster than mine. Then I wanted us to discuss about this affordable housing thing. You can notice when you are checking about the affordable housing levy, you noticed we didn't have the PIN of the company. We didn't know who was cutting your money. So I don't know how you are contributing money to a scheme which you don't know. You don't have a PIN, you don't have a membership number. So these stories do not really add up. This is the question all employees should raise up, since it's somehow suspicious. Then from them, I'm being told my sheet has already been downloaded, so I just need to click yes. So you can see my sheet were downloaded. You need to be sensitive with the date, time, and minutes so that you don't submit the wrong sheets and where your sheet have been downloaded to. So mine have been downloaded to documents. So I just need to click OK, and then we can comfortably head back to the iTax portal. And now I need to come to where we have return, then click file return. Then my session now expired, so we can log in again. So let's log in again. So you need to enter your PIN again, your password, and then do the security stamp again. So yeah, there's nothing to explain now. We are good with it. These are just the basics. Then you do the security stamp question. Then we log in. So we need to come to where we have return, click file return, then check your tax obligation, choose the resident if you are resident, then click next. Then you need to come here now. So yours will be original from here, not amended like mine. Just choose the date from 1st January 2024 to 31st December 2024. Then you need to come here. You select your sheet from your download where they are saved in your PC, but in most cases they are saved at a download. So you can notice my sheets were downloaded from at 142, not 143, I'm sorry. So they were downloaded at 142. Here, this is the sheet. Upload it there. Just be curious about the time, or just be serious by to checking the time which the sheet were downloaded. Then choose to agree. Then submit. So after you have submitted, I cannot submit because I did some supportive document. I don't want to submit this one since I did for demonstration purposes. So then click OK. Then you'll be able now to download the sheet. And when you have downloaded the sheet, you are good to go. To confirm if you have filed the return properly, you can come to where you have return, view the, you come where we have returns, then view the filed return, and click consult. Let me click consult, and you shall see your filed return here for 2024 if you are good in filing and you have not made any error. So basically, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to give